Why, hello. Hi. It's Tuesday night. Let's have a bonfire, shall we? Let's have a chat. And let's just put that out there. And we'll see who comes. Yeah, I've got I don't know, I've got some wood to chop, some wood to burn. Let's see what happens. Oh, let's go on YouTube and push this out. Let's push this out into the stream. And anyone watching, if if you don't mind, would you promote this on your social medias, either on X or on Facebook, either one, and we'll see if we can get some more people in here. And let's share this, share the stream, and we'll share this out. And hey, Miskatonic Madman, DJ Play Nice, hey, the link is right there. Either one of you, I mean, holy shit, would I ever love to have either one of you guys on board? We're just burning some shit. That's the whole reason. Because we've had a lot of rain recently in British Columbia, which is good. But you know what? Fire ban comes early. So let's burn some shit while we can, I guess, is the point of this stream. And let's put these up on the screen right now. Miskatonic Madman says, hello, folks. And then DJ Play Nice says, hey, how's your day been? What did you get into? Buddy, I planted some hot pepper plants, some Carolina Reapers, and some Ring of Fire hot peppers in my garden. And then I went over to my neighbor's garden and I weeded that because they've offered to share space with me, which is cool. So I planted some, what did I plant over there? Oh, some black cherry tomatoes. I didn't know black cherry tomatoes were a thing, but apparently they are. And I planted, maybe a couple of weed plants, allegedly. I mean, it's legal here, so maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I mean, you never know. And hey, Maddie's daddy, good to see you here. Excellent to have you here. And let's just bring that up there. And we'll, there we go. Back that up. And there you go. Okay, that's how you do that. So if anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome. Yeah, I put an F in the chat because I don't know what I'm fucking doing. There may have been 7 beers earlier tonight. Allegedly. DJ Play Nice. So many varieties of heirloom tomatoes. You know what? You're right. I've planted something called Tiny Tims. And they're like separate from cherry tomatoes, because I have planted golden cherry tomatoes, red cherry tomatoes, and apparently black cherry tomatoes. And I planted them far enough apart so that they shouldn't like crossbreed, or I mean, they're at least 15 feet apart, so they shouldn't interfere with each other. Because I've had that happen before, where I planted 2 pepper plants of different varieties. It was a what was it? One was a mild pepper and one was a spicy pepper, and they sort of melded together, and it didn't work out well. And I want to say hello and welcome, not only to DJ Play Nice. I also want to say hello to Maddie's daddy. And I would also like to say hello to FKHC. Hail. Hail and welcome. Thanks for being here. And hey, Herc 130. Hey, thanks for being here. We've still got the fire going. And Miskatonic Madman, good to see you as always. Thanks for being here. And let me just put this out. I'm just going to put this out. Right there. Where is control? There we go. So see what happens. But yeah, we've got a little bit of a fire going tonight. So I hope you guys like that. And maybe I should add a little bit more wood to it. What do you think? I should probably add a little bit more wood to that. Well, let's pull you back. There you go. So, we're going to split this. Put this in the fire. Oh, yeah. That's just about gone. There we go. Wow. This piece went right towards the camera there. And hey, I do. Hey there, Swift -1. I want to say hello and hi to you. And I absolutely want to say hello, man, Rusty Rivers. Captain Rusty Rivers, thanks for being here. Definitely want to say hello to you. And Herc 130, who apparently is very familiar with the Herc 130 aircraft, allegedly. Allegedly, he's familiar with the Herc 130 aircraft. I had some rough days the past few months, but everything is starting to normalize. DJ Play Nice. Man, that is so good to hear that. Sincerely, that is fantastic. Maddie's daddy says, Herc 130, being a single dad takes up 95% of my time. I know it's a cliche, but it's also true. Man, all right. Whatever you're doing, just stop what you're doing and just give a shout out to Maddie's dad. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Good for you. We are definitely behind you. And you know what? If necessary, if fucking necessary, we will be in front of you. If that's what it takes, man. If that's what it comes down to. Herc 130 says, I had some rough day. Oh, no, I read that already. Okay. Okay, fair enough. DJ Play Night says, looking good and feeling fine. Hoping all is well. Everything is good. He's a lumberjack. He's okay. Thanks, FKCH. You're goddamn right. That's what we do. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. I got wood to chop. It's not like I'm going to, shout out. It's not like I'm going to spill out epiphanies all over the place for my viewers. So I do have fire, though. I make fire. That is the very base level of the YouTube. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You said wood. Yes, I did. Dude, FKCH, I fucking love you, man. Man, oh, dude, some of my best friends are Australian and American. It's crazy. I fucking love Australians. I fucking love Americans, okay? I'm sorry. Yeah, man. There's just, you know what? There's just dudes. There's just dudes. When it comes down to it, when you all gather around a fire and you all have a few too many beverages, in the end, we're all the same, man. Honestly, I've been to 50 fucking countries. 51? 50. If you include Vatican State as a separate country, which I do. Although, oddly enough, I didn't count. Well, that's another story involving firearms. So we're not going to talk about that, are we? No, we're not. Hey, thanks, Maddie's daddy. I thought you guys all stopped listening by now. I was sure of it. Which version of the C-130? Ooh. Okay, Herc 130. Which version of the C-130 did you fly? You know what? I bet you he's flown in all of them. All of the C-130s. And I did not know this. Did you know that they can take C-130s, which are very large, aircraft? They can be used for troop transport, vehicle transport. They can also be made into a weapons platform. They can be deployed from aircraft carriers, which I didn't know. But the USA is the only nation in the world, shout out USA, to land Herc 130s on an aircraft carrier 6 times that I'm aware of, with video footage. So good for you guys. Holy. And when they're armed up to the teeth, holy fuck, are they ever scary. Like, you better hope. See, as a Canadian, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm sorry, my American friends. I fucking love you guys. But let's talk friendly fire. Because friendly fire's an issue for these fuckers. If any nation that's fought with Americans, you know a lot of the soldiers, they smoke the ganja, and there's fucking friendly fire. Canadians know more than anybody about friendly fucking fire from Americans. Would you guys just at least check your targets before you fucking shoot I mean, okay, now if they're liberal, no, not even, sorry, nope, okay, nope, zip that up, sorry, nope. Just don't shoot Canadians, okay? If there's one thing that Canadians can please ask from Americans, stop shooting us, okay? We're all good, just stop fucking shooting us, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Anyone that's older than 20 years knows about some friendly fire incident. And I'm sure Canadians have killed Americans accidentally. Although, I don't know, it never makes the news. Hard to say. Herc 130. I did compass call at DM. Was there stretching involved in that? I mean, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Radioactive! Hey, Radioactive, good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate that. And FK. Oh no, I was gonna go to FK. Why did that jump? Stop fucking jumping, YouTube. FK HC says, and Canadian, how do bad things and Canadians know how to do bad things in war? Yes, we do. World War One, man. Canadians broke all the rules in World War One. I mean, we literally made for trench warfare, Canadians, especially Eastern Canadians, because we are sick fucks like this. We made trench warfare weapons that are just insane. Like, I don't even want to describe them. And then the world kept telling Canadians in World War One to stop using chemical weapons, and we just kept using them. Like, fuck. And that's why in World War II, Canadians all had to make the image we're the best people ever because of the shit that we did in World War One. We had a lot of making up to do. We'll just say that. And I don't know. Oh, I do have a co-host. Oh, fuck. Hey, Tiger Stripes. I didn't even hear the.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know my World War One history that well, but I assume that everybody was using chemical weapons in World War One, not just the Canadians.
Well, that is true. That is true. Except eventually they realized that let's stop doing this to each other. And do you know who kept persisting with the chemical weapons long after it was the Canadians did?
After World War One, you mean? Or
no. During World War One, the very last peoples to be using chemical weapons were the Canadians.
Well, that's something they must really teach you in school in Canada, because that's news to me.
They don't.
I believe
they
you.
don't teach us this. I learned this. I learned. No, apparently we're like the goody two shoes. Apparently, but that's not true. That apparently the opposite is. In trench warfare, they had to make rules specifically because the shit the Canadians were doing. Oh yeah, you get these Have you ever been to Eastern Canadian? Eastern Canadian. Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm 9 beers in.
I haven't been to Canada at all. I'm afraid. I wish I could say I had.
Do you have any desire to go to Anne of Green Gables or Nova Scotia or?
Yeah, that'd be lovely, but because I'd love to see the whole East Coast someday. I'd like to, I was watching the second Amazing Spider-Man tonight, and I'd like to see Brooklyn someday. It's been on my mind. I'd like to see Brooklyn.
You know what?
It's the fourth largest city in the United States. Who knew?
What?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, they kind of count it as part of New York City, but if you count it apart from New York City, it's New York City, LA, Chicago, and Brooklyn. Boom.
And the Comic Relief Crusader, hello to you. Mike is correct when he says, we shot down the Red Baron, Billy Bishop. Although there is a that's what Canadians are taught. That is what Canadians are taught. But do you know what the Australians are taught? The Australians are taught that they had an anti-aircraft flak gun that helped and cooperated. The Australians helped and cooperated in that taking down of the Red Baron. So it's funny.
It's funny because that would be sort of unethical. And I had always heard that the dogfighters were kind of one of the last people to maintain that old school ethics of war.
Well, and the dogfighters, I'm sure, were doing that, but the guys on the ground were still shooting at the bad guys repeatedly. And so there's a discrepancy on who actually took down the Red Baron. So my point is...
FKHC 2005 says, no, it was Snoopy who did it.
Absolutely. Okay, absolutely right. So the point is, depending on where, cultural bias, I get. Tiger Stripes, what do you know about cultural bias? Because I did study cultural anthropology, and
bias.
There is so much cultural bias, isn't there?
Well, I mean that's an interesting thing. Cultural bias versus racial bias. and
which is
they're
waning.
kind of linked.
I
Well, of
hope.
course it's waning.
I
I mean,
hope.
yes, I
I
hope so
hope.
too. It's kind of swinging. The pendulum's actually swinging in the other direction. But at cultural bias, well, I mean, everybody's got cultural bias, don't they? I mean, I'm an American. I was raised, I'm white Anglo-Saxon, and I was raised
Hey, Sashi.
Protestant, and that's the common culture in my country. So it's easy to take it for granted because it surrounds you. You're not aware of it.
You're not.
You're
You're
aware of
not.
the other cultures.
You're
Jewish culture
desensitized.
and Chinese culture and all of these other cultures, which seem interesting because they're different from the norm, and the norm's all around you, so you just take it for granted.
You're right. And Herc 130, to clarify on his holy shit, Herc 130. Uh, you know what, mate? Wow, you've got a
Yeah, it's
dude.
pretty
I want
cool.
to
I
interview.
don't even know
I
what
would.
those alphanumerics mean, but they sound impressive.
Well, they're different types of aircraft, and
I'd
man, do I
imagine.
ever want to interview this fella?
And they have to be maybe jets.
The types of I believe they are propeller driven aircraft.
Propeller. Okay, not jets.
Uh, well, because Herc 130, the Hercules 130 is a propeller driven aircraft, and this fella happens to have a lot of experience on them, and he says in the chat, Herc 130 says, I got a little time in the MC 130 Hercules. Except for the C-130E Hercules, the others were in test for the AMFC at Edwards Air Force Base. I'll be darned. Wow. Wow, it is crazy. Honestly,
I caught some info. The MC-130H Combat Talon 2 is a special operations tanker mobility aircraft
ooh,
based on the C-130H Hercules, used for infiltration, exfiltration, and
yep.
resupply of special operations forces, especially in hostile or denied territories. Wow.
They use that for every. Yeah, the Herc 130 platform is great for everything. And hello, Susan Dolan. We're
It
just having a
looks.
little bonfire. There's no real. No
Wow.
real impetus. Because I just figured I have some bonfire wood, and before they say that, fire season is here. Do you mind reading this from our friend Sashi?
Sure,
Please, Tiger
I
Stripes.
got a share for you.
Okay.
Let's see, F11. Can't find my F keys. Oh well, it's not a very good share.
That's an F30. Wow.
MC-130H.
Beautiful.
That's a lot of propellers. 4.
That's
I'm
awesome.
sure. Sashi says Malaysians know about cultural bias. Our contribution to World War II was completely looked over. Oh.
What? Really? Well, Sashi, put that in the chat, and I will highlight the shit out of that. Anything you want to put in the chat, I will highlight the shit out of that, my friend. Not like, and so 20 people will view that, and it will be glorious. The FKHC says, I have in my lockbox my great granddad's, on my father's side, his trench lighter. It's a Zippo lighter. No kidding. You know what? In trench warfare, that would have been so important because the only thing that these guys had, I mean, they were facing imminent death. The only thing they had was cigarettes. And honestly, I don't smoke cigarettes. I've never smoked cigarettes in my life. I've never had the money. But if I was in a trench, like waiting to die, man, you offer me tobacco, you offer me fucking heroin, I'm probably going to do it. I don't know, Tiger Stripes, what do you think?
I've seen film of, just fictionalized films where guys in the trenches would hold the lighter up so they could take a shot in the hand and go home. But I don't know.
Oh,
I've
they
also
hold
heard.
because
Yes,
the
I've
people
also.
on
Yes.
Explain that, because people don't understand maybe what you're
No, I
meaning.
think that's pretty clear. If you're in the trenches and it's dark and the enemy sees you hold up a lighter, they're going to take a shot at it.
And
And
they
if you
shoot your
take a
hand
shot
off.
through the hand,
And you go home. You get to go home.
unless they determine that you did it on purpose, in which case you were summarily shot dead, I believe. They did not screw around in the
What?
trenches. Yes.
Americans did that?
I know the British did. You could absolutely be executed for cowardice. If you would not go over the top when they told you to go over the top, they just took you out and shot you.
See, and that is why England took over the whole fucking world. That is why. Fucking discipline.
I don't know if that's discipline, but it's pretty.
I mean, that's pretty.
They,
You know what?
Yeah.
Wow.
But so I've heard. So we need to say hello.
Wow.
There's Lemon Pie and Molecular Arts.
know,
Look
it
at all the
is.
folks
Hi,
here.
hello.
Susan Dolan, Herc,
Your knowledge of history is
Radioactive,
impressive.
Maddie's Daddy, DJ Play
hello.
Nice.
Hi, Sashi. Hi, Maddie's
Sashi,
daddy. DJ Play Nice
everybody.
is here. Yes.
Everybody's in the
DJ
chat.
Play Nice,
All the
dude.
best
You're
people.
one guy that I always want to have, and I'm always gonna put.
Oh, it looks
this
like
up.
Miskatonic Madman's here. And Susan's actually done it for you. Susan's listed everybody. Go back to 1125, and she just put everybody's name in there. You can read them all off. It's pretty cool.
Oh, you put the time. I never put
she's
the
very-
times on my chats.
Yeah, just the comments are doing it for me here in the StreamYard.
Hi, thanks for being here, Susan Dolan.
Boom.
And so Tiger Stripes, I usually freaking send you a link and you never see it. So how come you saw this one? Okay, that's my question. I
I've been
send you
watching-
links for almost every stream I do.
I've been watching
and you
TV
never
tonight,
see them.
and Bro had to kind of bow out. He just sort of fell over. He was tired. And I thought, okay, I'm going to turn on the YouTube. And I saw you, and I'm like, okay, I got to cut over to the computer right now. I got to grab my hotspot and cut back.
Okay,
And,
all right.
It's
Hey,
just-
Molecular Arts, all the way from Australia. Molecular
Wow.
Arts, if you want to hop in the chat, there's the link right there, man. Molecular Arts, come on. Thank you for being here. And DJ Play Nice, good to see you as well. Fantastic.
Yeah. I'd also like to see Vancouver. You know.
Have you been to
That's
Vancouver,
okay.
Tiger
No,
Stripes?
no, I've never been to Canada at all. Yeah.
There we go. No, which is
Wish
better?
I had. Wish I'd taken advantage of my opportunities. Because I was in Seattle a couple of times, and it's not that
Well,
much
you're-
farther.
You're like that close to Canada at that point.
Yeah, when you're in Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, my friends, actually, my neighbors are going to Seattle this weekend on a. They're going to go see the Toronto Blue Jays play the Seattle Mariners. Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool thing to do. That sounds like fun. That's baseball,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
baseball.
baseball's great.
I'm
Baseball's
not
fun
a
to
big.
watch.
There's not enough like physical contact in baseball for me. I like more of the
you like
hockey. Well, I like
old-time hockey.
I like the fisticuffs. I do I like the fisticuffs and the old time hockey.
You like watching football and saying, "Break his leg, get him, break his leg."
Exactly. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
And
all
I
right. The
wanna
gladiators. This
That's
is the
right.
Gladiators.
And that's what sport should be.
Yeah, there's Molecular Arts.
Speaking of gladiators, here's
Yes.
Molecular Arts.
Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi.
Hello. Start
Hi.
camera. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Oh my God. Herc130 says, when Tiger Stripes talks, I tend to shut up and
gosh.
listen.
Really?
Wow.
That's
Stop
very kind.
sucking up.
Because I feel like I'm getting kind of creaky. My voice is, Jill and I do these Lord of the Rings streams, and we film them. We record them all in one day, and it's a long day. And by the end of the day, I'm getting very croaky indeed. You can kind of tell if you listen to one of them what time of the day it was when we recorded, because I get very croaky indeed. Thank you. That's very nice.
Molecular Arts, do you mind reading? Did you say croaky? Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting croaky. I think it's just a weariness or age. God help me. Please don't be age.
Are you?
You want to read
No,
this?
your voice, Tiger Stripes, and I'm not blowing sunshine up your ass,
Oh, that's all right. No,
but
thank you. That's very kind.
but a lot of people
Oh yeah.
have
No, wait.
said,
Was it? Yeah. Back when, even when I was young, people would compare me to Joan Greenwood, which I think is a high compliment because she had such a plummy voice.
yes, ooh, plummy voice, ooh, okay, cool. No, but we could listen to you literally
Oh, don't. But
read
let's
stuff.
have
And
Molecular Arts read
yes,
Sachi's
molecular arts.
excellent
Can you please read this
comment.
from our friend Sachi? We're not.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sashi
we're not
says,
gonna.
because Malaysia was where the British were hammered, one of their biggest defeats in World War II, the invasion of Malaysia coincided with the bombing of Pearl Harbor. There you go.
Wow, that's kind of early days for the U.S. too, entering the war.
Molecular arts. Thank you for joining us. What have you been up to? What took you so long to get here? I've been dying alone for the last 30 minutes, dude.
What?
I don't sit here
Oh.
waiting for you to start streaming, Canadian. Sorry. I do have other things in life.
The
None of
man
us
has a
believes that.
family.
We don't believe that. Yes.
Tiger Stripes, can I ask you where your avatar comes from?
I made it myself. It was
nice.
a old website, which I suspect was Chinese, but I don't know that for sure, at least a decade ago. And the website was called, of all things, Dookie. I believe Dooky. It doesn't seem to exist anymore, but you would take aspects, you'd take the eyes, the mouth that were separate, the hair was separate, the ears were separate. You'd just put them all together. So...
Can I?
And then even more cleverly, I managed to save it, which is really remarkable because how often does that happen?
But does that look anything like you?
Well, I mean, that was the goal, but it looks like an 8-year-old, so I don't think I look like.
Well,
an
do you have that
8-year-old.
many piercings in your ears?
Actually, I wear clip-ons on the upper ear,
Right.
but
That is my
my
mum.
ears are pierced. But no, I don't have the extra on the top. That's just an ear ring or ear cuff. Ear cuff, they call it.
And
But when I'm at a convention, I have rings on every finger. I do glam up.
can I? Molecular arts. And thank you. You know what, buddy? Thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
We're 9 beers in at this point.
I'm not the most
just
loquacious
so
of
you're
your
aware.
guests, so I appreciate that.
Well, most of our audience doesn't understand loquacious, so I think we're fine. Do you mind reading? No, I'm insulting our audience. I don't understand loquacious.
Of course.
Does that mean forthcoming with words like you're very you overuse words? Is that loquacious?
Loquacious is verbally dexterous.
Yeah, you use more
It's a
words than are
compliment.
necessary.
No, that's pedantic.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
verbose.
Oh,
Verbosity.
good call.
Oh.
Not pedantic, but verbose. Excellent.
oh,
Pedantic
Oh.
is when you stick to points.
right.
tightly.
Yes,
Or
that
yes,
is
specific
verbose.
correctness,
Okay.
grammar, that kind of thing.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
here we
verbose,
are,
yes.
chat.
But loquacious
We don't-
is a compliment. Can be.
If you are using the words correctly, yes, absolutely. Not that I'm insinuating that you're not molecular arts. Molecular arts. Before I get myself into trouble, and I'm gonna crack another one. Do you mind reading Sachi, please?
Sorry, me? Or
Yeah, no, molecular arts. Yes, please.
this is the one I just read, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I think
this one.
more than the British
Okay.
were hammered at the
Part
moment.
Not this. Sorry. Wrong one. Wrong
We
one.
were left to be under Japanese rule till the end of the war. 100,000 Indians from Malaysia worked on the bridge in the movie Bridge on the River Kwai. 60,000 passed. That's tragic.
Yeah, that's
Was
terrible.
that was
Wow.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the
Wow.
actor.
I
The original Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness, thank you. I think he was in that movie, Bridge on the
Yes.
River Kwai.
Yes.
I've been there.
Wow.
It's a fiction. Did you know that it is I mean, there is a physical, yes, there is a physical bridge that exists there now, but it is a fictional bridge that they blew up. It is not a real, I mean, it's based on a real story, but the actual physical bridge didn't exist there. And wow, okay, I'll read this. Sashi further says, Malaysian, Australian, and Indian troops held off the Japanese so the Brits could retreat to Singapore. It's why we have Anzac Day ceremonies to this day. Well, Sashi, no, what do you mean you have Anzac Day celebrations? What?
We have Anzac Day in Australia.
Australia? Yeah, I was going to say Australia does. New Zealand does. Because Anzac literally stands for molecular
Australian
arts.
New Zealand Army Corps.
Right. So Malaysia doesn't have that. Maybe they do.
Well, it looks like they were brothers in arms with the Aussies.
Yeah.
Well, Australians
at the
fought all
time.
over the world during World War I and II. You know, Australians fought at Gallipoli famously. That's one thing that's an important part, I would say, of our national conscience.
Who starred in that movie? Gallipoli. And we pronounce it Gallipoli.
Gallipoli. There was a movie about it, came out in the 80s. And I have
Sam
seen it
Neill?
very long time ago.
I could be wrong about that.
Oh, it was
Gibson,
Mel Gibson.
Gibson for sure, but a couple other guys too.
Yeah. But a lot of North Americans don't know about the Battle of Gallipoli. Sadly.
Indeed. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted here.
Yeah, no, that happens. Tiger Stripes, do you mind reading Susan Dolan's? And hi, Susan Dolan. Hello and welcome.
Sure, Susan Dolan says, in the British Navy, the reason that the captain had to go down with the ship, if he didn't, he'd be tried and then executed as a traitor. Good grief.
Wow. Really? That's a bit... So who would volunteer ever to be a captain? Are you friggin' crazy?
Well, it's
Yeah,
tremendous motivation to not let your ship be captured.
Well, I think this is a clear case of insanity. And Sashi says, on hearing the Japanese were coming, the Brits evacuated the civilians from Penang Island in the night without telling anyone. It was bombed for a week until one guy pulled down the Union Jack. So they were basically bombing an unmanned island. Well, okay, that's fun. Yeah, I guess that happens.
So
if you want to learn about...
Sorry, Canadian, what's happening? It's getting colder here. It must be getting warmer where you are. Sorry, this is a very Australian thing to talk about the weather, of course.
Well, let me tell you, last night I had the wood stove on in my house because it got down to 4 degrees centigrade. Excuse me, the alcoholic cups. 4 degrees centigrade last night. So I did need the wood stove. But today it got up to 26 degrees centigrade, which is like nice. 80 Fahrenheit, I think.
Oh, that's summer weather where I am.
Yeah, it was t-shirt weather today. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, Comic Relief Crusader says it's a Canadian thing too. Mm.
And thank you. And PS2 Chipper is here.
Canada had a huge presence in both World Wars, as I understand. I'm not really a history buff, but it was something I wish I knew more about.
Sashi says the British evacuated the British civilians only from Penang. Really? Huh. Well, that's too bad. No, it was. I've done a lot of travel to World War II sites, and let me tell you, I've seen the trenches. I went to the beaches of Normandy, Vimy Ridge, a lot of those areas. And honestly, the trenches, like you could literally throw a snowball from one trench to the other. It's crazy that we did that. And now, like, I think we just send in robots and shit? Like, we don't even need infantry. Almost.
I keep hearing that the war in the Ukraine is being fought with a lot of drones.
Well, that's exactly what I was getting at,
which is sort of interesting.
And maybe I'm naive, but I thought we had a rule back in the day, and maybe it was Isaac Asimov.
Yeah, Asimov's laws of robotics.
That you never put a firearm on a robot.
Well,
was that not a like? Am I imagining
the first
that?
rule of robotics
was
you never put a firearm on a robot.
Yeah, but it's too late for that. It's not about that. I'm afraid this is not science fiction. This is science reality.
But no. Tiger Stripes, have you ever pulled a trigger on a living? Have you taken a life?
Oh no. But I have considered it very seriously.
Yes.
I've taken a life many times with a trigger.
What?
Animals.
Not a human. Not a human. Like a life. Like a life. No, not a human. Jesus Christ. Oh,
can I read
okay, my YouTube channel has just been deleted. No, not a human life.
Aaron wants to read something.
We're talking about Isaac Asimov's, and I thought this is kind of topical because I think we like sci-fi, right?
Well, yeah, and there's robots everywhere in the media.
Isaac
now,
Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. A robot must obey orders given to it by a human being, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And 3, a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of androids lately in the media here and there. A lot of, and I don't think they're AI images. I think they're the real deal.
Well,
it's
that is
the AI.
That is
Rod.
the
Hey, Rod.
Hey, Rod.
How you doing,
Rod. Dude, it has been so long. Thank you.
It's been too damn long, I agree. No, hey, I even caught you on mostly on Manorama. I was trying to tell you, hey man, shut up. I'll be right there. I'm right beside you. If they can go through me before they touch you.
Like the robot.
Cheers.
If I had
and
one.
Rod is a lot. Rod is like 1.5 times bigger than me. He's a big man. Yes, exactly. Yes, you are my meat shield.
Hail, Freshy. Hail, Miskatonic Madman. Hail, Suzanne. Hey, Mike. TCRC. How you doing, everybody? Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
They're all shouting your name, Rod.
Thanks, guys. Well, listen, I might as well make the announcement now and just get it over with. I lost my job, and thank you.
Really?
But yeah, no, I'm going to just say there were a couple of rookie mistakes. There's just something like, I will say, like, and they happened within a week and 2.5 weeks. And there's 2 things, though, I will say, and that is that I'm not too pleased, obviously, but I'm also very disappointed in them because I talked to multiple drivers and they have said that they have been in worse hangups than I've been in, because mine were just basically, I just cut too close and then the trailer rubbed the truck and then kind of peeled off crushed the tail at one of the taillights and slightly opened up the tailgate. And then the second one was it's kind of a two it's my fault and it's the other guy's fault though too, because here he was parked beside the propane pump tank, and what for? I mean, big trucks don't use propane for no fucking reason. What was he doing there? And it just left a little tiny space, just wide enough for a tractor trailer, just wide enough. But that's just it. I wasn't cut close enough, to be able to, Anyway, and then I damaged the back end of his van, and
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Rod. I really am.
Yeah.
oh, thank
But
you.
no one was hurt or injured.
Oh no. It was just one of those like crunch. I was like, oh fuck, both times, and like, but here's the thing. As I said, I'm not terribly upset about it. Although here's another thing is I'm going to fight this because the day that I was hired, that company they put a page in their manual about, guess what? DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. I am going to, yes, I'm going to go to the human rights or like Alberta something or other, whatever, like, and I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna send the notice of termination letter to them, and they went against their own termination policies.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
Don't do it right away. Do it this week.
Oh yes, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
I have to because I'm also moving this by the end of the weekend, so I'll be moving off the farm and no more hill runs. I'm gonna miss those.
Okay. Yeah, write it up real short, succinct, one page,
Yeah,
and yeah, see what they say.
yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I mean, because if Boots is gonna sit there and they're gonna die, they're gonna live by DEI. Well, then they're gonna try and I'm gonna make them die by their.
If they live by the sword, they should die by the sword.
Yeah, just give it a shot. If you get your job back, you have to keep your nose super clean. Were you on probation or anything?
Oh, that's not even it. I don't want my job back. If they, I mean, like, if they're willing to give me,
the point of this is to get your job back. So if that
no,
happens,
and no, in this case, it's just, what, just give me some back pay, and it's more also because I'm angry with them, and like,
well,
I know,
take your job back and the back pay.
well, see, the other thing is that I don't think they'd want me back, which is fine. That's fine. And the other thing too is, like, if they had to hire me back, okay, but I mean, I know there'd be a lot of like charred knuckles and like really like, like, and
Well,
here's
you've
the
only
other
been there 2 weeks. I'm not exactly certain that what's happened to you wasn't sort of some kind of hazing or something. I mean, I don't know what your options are when somebody is
no.
parked, I guess,
No,
in what's a truck yard and you have to get your truck out.
I've
And somebody's, parked blocking you. What are your options? Do you wait? Do you get
I've
out and knock on their cab and say, hi, I'm trying to get by? I mean,
I've been there actually. I was there 7 months.
oh, I thought you said 2 weeks. I'm so
In
confused.
the span of 2 weeks, I had 2
Ah,
incidents.
right. I get it. So 7 months. So you've passed your probation probably.
Yes, I have. That's exactly. That was my point too.
Okay. Yeah. So I say
So
that you
can I ask,
appeal this.
how
You
long will
find
it take you to
somebody.
find a new job?
Yeah. See
In your
this.
industry, it's relatively easy.
What's that?
Sorry, is it relatively easy? Will it be easy for you to find a new job? I guess that's what I was thinking.
I'm not worried about that because I've got mom's inheritance on the horizon, and I've got $30,000 coming to me on Monday to help make my moving transition from the farm into wherever I want to go.
So yeah,
So
you've got some backup there. That's good. Sorry, guys,
yeah.
I have guests coming in 8 minutes, so I better go. But
Oh,
sorry I couldn't join you for
good to
longer.
see. Good to see you, brother.
Nice to see you.
And good luck, Rod.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Elected Arts.
Yeah.
And may I recommend moving to British Columbia?
that's not entirely. That's not. I'm not against that option just yet.
I think you have to consider it, Rod. You have to solidify your
Holy
forces.
shit! Who let Kronos in the chat? Jesus
Hey, Kronos.
Christ! Kronos is a troublemaker. Kronos continually stirs shit.
Cronus is just a little mouthy. Just a little mouthy. See, look, he's shocked. Poor robot.
Suzanne!
Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne!
Yeah, she's been like when
Suzanne!
I
What
popped
the
in.
fuck? Like, oh, Tiger Stripes. I'm telling you.
Suzanne
Do you know
says,
Suzanne?
any new books on the horizon, Rod?
Yes,
No.
as a matter of fact. See Through Love
Tell-
Pyro. See Through Love 2 Pyro. Yeah.
And
Oh.
Sashi says they will make life difficult if he goes back. Management is petty that way.
Well, and
You're
that's
not
why
wrong.
sometimes when you go back, you just keep your nose clean and you shove it up their nose, and they have to just put up with you. You know,
And
Oh, I know. I mean,
Comic
it's not
Crusader
personal.
knows more about that. I mean, Mike, you've
Hey, Mike.
fuck, Mike has had as many jobs, and I actually, Rod, do you remember when I came and visited you?
Yep.
Well, just before visiting you, do you know who I stopped in and visited?
Yeah, Mike. Because he's down in
Mike,
old
Comic
car
Crusader.
spares, isn't
You guys are so awesome. Tiger Stripes, you seriously, like, I will friggin' drive you. You got to meet these guys. This is so much fun. And Mike
I'm going to look into getting my passport real soon.
Mike, yeah, you're gonna need. Well,
I will be.
although when we all become the same country, I don't think you need a passport.
That is a joke, you realize. That's
That
and nobody. It's like him becoming Pope. Those are jokes.
I know.
These are
That's
the
a
jokes,
joke.
folks.
It is a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke, folks. But Mike says, I'm sorry to hear that, Rod. So he's been there. Mike has been through, like, as many guys have as and I don't know about women because we do different jobs, but trying to find a job as a guy, like, it's hard. Physical labor is often the option. Rod, have most of your jobs in physical labor or mental labor in your history?
Well, tell you what, man. Look at the size, man. What do you think?
You're like 250 pounds. You're like 6'4", man. You're I don't know. I just look up to you and I call you sir.
What I'm saying is, hey,
probably physical. Probably physical.
Call me Rodney. Rod or Rodney.
Well, in my experience, female-dominated jobs are very happy to take in men because they represent a minority, and you can fill a minority quota that way. However, in my experience, male-dominated positions usually pay so much better.
Yeah.
So, you know, you
Because
can
we
come
tend
in
to
and
get
be a clerk typist
dead.
and climb that ladder in administration, or you can be a garbage man and make 3 times or 5 times more. So there you go.
But nobody wants to be a garbage
trash
man.
engineer. There's nothing wrong with being a garbage man. I mean,
I know.
Boku
I almost was.
Boku do.
You know, we have someone. Actually, it's funny you said that, Tiger Stripes, because we have someone in our community that was part of Anti-Derivatives Jill's stream.
I kind of remember that.
Day.
I'm trying to remember who it is. Hey,
right?
Kronos.
Yes. And who was that?
It wasn't just the other day. It's been a while now. It'll come to me in a bit. I think it's somebody local here in Texas, too.
It totally, yes, you're right. You're correct.
Yeah.
And I think they're sitting on a gold mine. Like, they've got more money than Jesus.
Oh, well, you know, when I worked in Los Angeles, I got to look at all the job classifications, and I got to see, you know, what everybody gets paid in terms of title. So I laid my own eyes on that information.
Yeah.
It was not. Yeah. I'm not just talking out my keister here.
No. I believe you. Absolutely.
You're talking. Whoa, no. You're talking out your what now?
Keister. I'm not just talking out my
your keister. Okay.
I'm talking from real info.
Okay. And Rod, like, we're getting, like, dude, I'm 53. You're a couple years older than me. Like, how much longer are we going to do physical jobs, dude? Like, I'm done. I don't want to do any more physical.
At y'all's age, you really need to start looking for your retirement, and that means you got to start banking every penny you can into a Roth IRA.
Well,
What's a
listen,
Roth IRA? I don't even know what you're speaking
Okay,
German.
there's two individual retirement accounts, I think is what IRA stands for. A regular IRA, you get taxed when the money comes out. A Roth IRA taxes you when the money goes in, and then when you take it out, there's no
Careful.
tax.
I'll never be careful, Mike. I'll never be careful. Fuck that shit. YouTube, suck a big finger, YouTube.
What?
I'll
No,
never
no,
be
no,
careful.
no.
yeah,
no.
Fuck you.
yeah, but no, actually, I think I may have mentioned this, and people have probably
Investment speak. Yes, we
forgotten.
are speaking investment speak.
But well, we're not advising anybody giving medical
No, we are
or
totally giving
investment advice.
financial advice. We are absolutely giving financial advice. Book all of your financial investments on this channel. Like, hook
I'm
your
just saying,
anchor to this
start,
channel.
you know, if you haven't started before, start now. Better late than never. But, you know.
But Rod, what do you feel about gold and silver?
No,
Oh,
no,
gold,
no, no,
definitely.
no, no,
But
neither.
anyway.
Neither.
Anyway, I want to get around to listen. My mom passed away last fall, and only just recently have we hashed out all the details. And I'm just gonna. I don't want to. I'm not going to say how much, but I'm just going to say a sizable inheritance. And I'm not really going to be worried about money for quite some time. And
Are you going to be able to buy a place to live if you want to?
no, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then that's definitely. Then I
some
think
part,
you'll be set then.
yeah, some part of me is actually considering just tossing it all. And see, a good friend of mine,
Same as me, Mike.
a good friend of mine from a fitness group. As a matter of fact, I don't know if anybody knows has heard of Bill Phillips, but in the late '90s, he ran a physique transformation contest, which he eventually morphed into Body of Work, and basically he just put up a bunch of prizes for people to put up and do the best physique transformation, and they would just simply record, like take pictures, before and after pictures, and and I was proud enough to enter that. And while I didn't win anything, I did, as far as I was concerned. I mean, you still win something, because, like, as far as I mean, like, you a better body and all that. But anyway, getting back to through Body of Work, physical, physique, like, group on Facebook. I met a guy from Well, I didn't meet, but, like, a guy by the name from Winnipeg, and it turns out that he and his wife finally said "fuck it," and they sold everything they had, and then they turned around and they moved, to the Dominican Republic. And he said that he has never been happier. And down there, like, he didn't even go down there with a lot of money. I don't know how much, but I mean, like, he just basically sold his house and pretty much everything he had. Yeah, but okay, let's say about that. Yeah, and then, like, because it's Winnipeg house.
That's kind of a lot of money.
Yeah.
I've never made that much money in my life.
So anyway, he he moved to the Dominican Republic, and he's pretty goddamn rich. He said, and I'm pretty well off. So, like, and down here, like, I've never been short for anything down here. And there's no snow. The weather is just ridiculously fantastic.
Nice.
So,
aren't they sort of at the mercy of hurricanes in that part of the world?
yeah, you're right. Right.
Everybody's got something to be fearful of in terms of.
Well, yeah, but Canada has
natural
ice
disasters.
storms.
Yeah, and we have tornadoes, and California
Right.
has earthquakes. Sure.
Well, I'm in Alberta, and we also have tornadoes. In fact, we're just bearing down on the first tornado season.
Weather. Yeah, that flat land. Nothing like flat land for a good big tornado.
Yeah, exactly.
You're really going to leave the country? I mean, the continent even?
Well, I'm a big fan of going to Cuba, and
Yes.
God, no.
Spidey knows all
Cuba's a
about that.
communist. You do not want to go to Cuba.
No, actually,
You don't understand. Rod loves
Every-
communism.
no, it's not that.
You got
Actually-
later. You told me that, Rod.
Actually, no, I never said that. What I said was that no. I'm a fan of Cuban socialism.
No, a
But
fan of cubism.
That's different. That's why I say
That's
everything.
art.
Everything.
You're a fan
Everything
of
that you've
Cuban socialism, really, honey.
everything you've
honey,
heard.
no.
Everything you've heard about them is 100% bullshit. It's completely like, I mean, here's a perfect example. Okay, the cops, right? Cops. No, they don't.
Stuffed mattresses. Really,
No.
Suzanne? You stuffed mattress?
Suzanne's really PO'd about the whole bank thing. Is that in Canada,
No, good.
Suzanne?
Yeah, she is.
I think she may have been one of those people that had her bank account frozen or something.
Yes, that happens. That's a real thing.
Really horrendous.
Yeah,
Absolutely
see?
horrendous. Talk about fascist.
Right?
Yeah. See.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But no, I would not live in any kind of dictatorship.
All I could say is, first of all, give it a chance. Secondly,
I'm sorry,
because,
pass.
okay, fine.
I mean, I've known people who were, born in Cuba, or were they from Cuban parents, and they were born in America, but they wanted to visit Cuba to see their roots. And there's certain places in this world, it's very easy to get in, and it's really hard to get out. And I've heard that Cuba is one of them.
I've been there 3 times. Now, are you going to believe somebody who's actually been there? Or are you Canadian, no less? Or are you going to believe somebody who? I get it.
That young woman had been there.
Yeah,
that was her
okay.
experience. It was easy to get in. It was really hard to get out. And I've also heard that that's true about Jamaica. I've heard it's very easy to get there, and when it comes time to leave, they say, "Okay, now pay us to leave." And if you don't have money in your pocket, you cannot get out. You're going to be calling your relatives to send you that money. Again, this is not my personal experience. It's just something I've heard from people who went and had it happen to them. There wasn't even a friend of a friend. It's people who said, "This was my experience."
All right.
But not me personally. So, yeah.
You know that Cuba is actually one of the world leaders of within the city agriculture. Meaning that
I understand what you mean, but that's
the fruits
sort
and
of
vegetables
from necessity, right?
We should grow food in our cities.
Well,
why aren't we growing
it's
food
an
in our
island culture.
cities?
All island cultures have to be very experimental. They have to be really willing to work hard for food because they're on an island. Otherwise, they have to pay to have it all flown in.
Well, yeah, you're right there. You kind of nailed it. I mean, like they have to pay to get it flown in, but that's the problem now. Is because Russia hasn't been as good as they should be. Well, to their quote unquote followers, and they haven't. So the Cuban government has allowed people to grow urban agriculture, like on empty blocks. And the other thing is that the food, the vegetables that they grow, there have been Canadians who've gone there for 2 weeks, and they have lost their food allergies.
William Shakespeare Bird!
Hey, William Shakespeare.
Hey, William Shakespeare! You're one fucking guy we always want here.
Hey, yeah,
You've got
right
an
on.
open invitation anytime, William Shakespeare.
Yeah, please do, man. Love to
open invitation to this fucking guy.
Well, he just said he's working. He's been working hard for like the last year.
Yeah.
He kind of absented himself in order to work on himself. That's admirable.
He's one of the smart he's one of the smartest fellas that I think I've met on the interwebs. I gotta say, right up there with a few people that are in our chat right now. DJ Play Nice, looking at you. Suzanne, also looking at you.
Oh, Pop Culture Republic says good night. Night all. Got to get some
Night all.
Z's.
Yep.
Comic
That's a good
Relief
one.
Crusader, looking at you. Oh, hey, thanks for being here.
Good night.
Am I that far behind on the chat? Yeah, probably. Yeah, thanks. So, wow. PvP says, Rod, you said aloud, I never want to live under a government that allows me. I agree. I never want to I'm allowed to do what? Excuse me? Fuck your hat.
Yeah, but by the same token, you could say that about the Americans, where they allow their everybody to have guns.
I like everyone having guns. I want guns.
It depends on what state you're in terms of that. That's very much a state rights thing, the guns.
Can you, Tiger Stripes, do you mind reading Suzanne's?
Sure.
comment?
Suzanne says, Kronos, no joke. I keep my money in cold hard cash in hand. The second it hits the bank, I pull it out. Wow, that's
Smart.
impressive. I don't know.
That is
Smart,
I
Suzanne.
I do everything electronically these days, and I do not.
No.
I do not much miss it. I gotta say.
Well, you can see it on both sides of the coin there. I mean, because
Yeah. They're
you know.
also, paying me to use my credit card. I get cash back.
See, this is what I'm
So,
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that somebody pays for that, and it's usually the seller,
What?
and then that means then they raise their prices on everything. So, oh yes, somebody pays for credit card
Which
usage.
one of us? No one insulted Maddie's daddy.
What?
Oh,
No.
but you were sort of
Rod
you were sort of
Thunderheart,
making-
did you insult
you were-
Maddie's
you-
daddy?
well,
What did I say?
CSM, you were kind of making blanket statements there for a while. And you even apologized for them at the time. Gee, I hope I'm not insulting my viewers. And so I don't even remember what you said, but it's possible that you caught one of those.
Well, whatever I said, I stand by.
Well, but Maddie's daddy's the best.
Yeah.
Well, I'll arm wrestle you. You know what? We'll settle it with an arm wrestle. We will settle it with an arm wrestle.
I haven't been able to beat a guy arm wrestling since 6th grade, but I was pretty good then.
We have
Then it all fell apart.
Tendon strength and shit. Like there's a whole when we go through puberty, it really fucks us up in the head. Like you have no idea.
It's you have no idea what it's like for girls. We have to contend with the mess and the hormones and the crazy.
You have hormones.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Rod,
I can only imagine.
Honey,
Yeah.
we bleed, okay? And it
Rod.
depending on who you are, and sometimes
You've never been girl crazy. Have
You've
been
never
girl
been boy crazy. You've never been boy, and you've never had to bleed for 3 weeks out of the month, okay? For a year at a time. So get back to me. Get back to me when that happens.
More blood than
No.
No,
in
that's
my
you don't know what I'm talking about.
career.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Probably.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Having
Yeah.
your period once a month.
Rod,
Yeah.
have you been girl crazy, Rod?
Yeah, and I learned better.
I had a crush on a guy last summer, and it was like the first time in forever. I mean, in
You had a
forever. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I had a crush on
we
this
need
guy.
to hear about this.
And it was like,
No, Tiger
well,
Stripes.
Okay, I'll just give you the punchline. Okay, so like I had this crush on this guy. It was
You had a crush.
insane. He was not my type, and I kept arguing with like my gonads. I'm like, what is going on? This is insane. I'm not capable of this feeling anymore. I don't like this guy with my head. I don't like this guy with my heart. And my gonads
Doesn't
are like,
matter.
scoot over. We're driving. This guy, this guy, this guy. And so, okay, are you ready for the big punchline? Are you ready for the punch?
Who's the
Okay.
dad you went for?
He's gay.
Ouch.
It's hilarious. God help me. Yes, I am the original girl with no gaydar. Like none. I thought he was hitting on me. He was sending me DMs. He was always super complimentary. He kind of came across as sort of pushy and butch. I thought he was straight.
Oh,
I
Sashi
know.
is
God help me.
Sashi. You're Sashi's a big fan of Monty Python.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Tiger Stripes. Do you mind reading this, please?
Sure. Sashi says, we don't have guns down here. We make do with whatever we can. We even assault people with fruit. Well, I don't know. I mean,
That's-
you could probably
That is
beat
totally
somebody.
a Monty.
You could
Is that
probably
not a Monty Python?
That is very Monty Python. You could
That's
probably
Mon-
beat somebody to death with a green pineapple if you really
Right?
wanted to. They're so
That's
spiky
a
and
Monty
hard.
Python reference.
Yeah.
Sashi, you're okay with us, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Honest Trailers just came up with a Monty Python trailer for Holy Grail.
Yeah, I saw
haven't
that.
watched it yet. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure
Yeah, I
it's
wanna see
great.
that.
They're
Yeah.
the best.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Oh, the Smarty. Okay, I don't know what that is.
No, I don't know. either.
Smarty Pie? Smarty Pies?
I don't. Oh Jesus. Yeah, well, sometimes. I mean, I'm not monetized, so we can say
Oh, okay.
anything. Like if we want
Oh,
to
I
We
say
get
got
it.
to get you monetized. We got to get you
Nazi.
monetized. We're going to get you
Here.
monetized someday.
because I keep saying Nazi. No, I don't think
It's
I
going to
will be.
happen. Oh, stop that. You don't have to, though. Wait, you
I
got
know.
500
it is.
I don't
subscribers,
have to, but I keep.
but you want to.
Oh,
It's
Rod,
so
are you?
easy.
Rod just literally took the controls out of my hand. Are you steering now, Rod?
Yeah, so yeah, I just put the no, because you guys were wondering about why Maddie said he felt he was insulted.
Oh, that's super. Thank you.
Because I gave
Yeah,
Here,
Rod.
right
he's
here.
joking. He's
Rod just
joking.
goes.
Oh
Purely
yeah, no,
joking.
he said that. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. Wanted to establish that.
Oh yes. Okay. Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah,
you know what? First of all, men don't have feelings, and my brother explained this
of
to
course
me.
they do.
Men's feelings are like your mother's boobs. You never fucking talk about them.
Well, I kind of have to agree with Chris Rock. You know, Chris Rock said that there's a coldness you gotta understand when you're a man, because
With
only
the fifi.
and that's because only because women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Men are just one job away from losing their woman. If you
Well, we've got to produce, man. We got to
Ouch.
produce. We
See,
gotta
that's just
build.
it.
We got to build shit.
see, that's just it. They're not
Otherwise-
loved unconditionally.
Well,
Hmm.
no. Yeah, no, because we're evil and so forth. Apparently.
Well, I mean, that's Chris Rock coming from Chris Rock's perspective, and he is trying to make people laugh.
Yeah. But I mean, like on the other hand, I see the truth behind it.
So who came out better from the slap? Do you think Will Smith came out better from the slap or Chris Rock?
Oh, Chris Rock, absolutely.
Chris Rock,
He-
He
easily.
did.
Chris
He
Rock,
totally
100%.
did.
Chris Rock, 100%.
He really did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. But he was doing okay, and and I can't even look at Will Smith anymore. I really
No,
can't.
me
same here.
It sucked all the enjoyment that I had from
Right.
his films out, and I liked his.
I
liked
used to
a
like
lot of
him.
his
I used
several-
to be
yeah. Yeah,
I
you're a
bought
huge
his
fan.
CDs,
Yeah,
Tyler.
such a-
I literally
it
have
was-
CDs.
I mean, and he was winning that night. He was. This was
Yeah.
his.
right?
It was his
He didn't
night.
know
It was his
Yeah.
night to F up. And he
Yeah.
chose, of all nights, to act out the night he wins something. And I think he
because
kind of knew he was
Jada,
going to
I
win
blame
too.
Jada Smith. I'm sorry. I'm blame.
No,
He
no,
was
no. This
Jada's
is-
bitch.
No, this is that kind of thing. He's a grown man and he can walk away. Easily.
Yeah.
But he's totally controlled by
You know?
Jada.
No, he can walk away. He's,
If
I had a friend once who used to say that the thing that really keeps people together is interlocking neuroses. You get two people whose neuroses kind of fit together, and then nothing will pry them apart, and it's so much stronger than love. And I can only guess that that's what's going on. But I
Didn't she fool around with one of Will Smith's
openly.
kids
Openly.
friends?
They had a
Openly.
show where she talked about it on the show.
Okay.
Like either a podcast or I think it was actually a television show. where
I think
she
it was a
just
podcast.
talked about it. Yeah, it's
Okay, actually, okay.
no,
Yeah,
I think
might
it
have
was
been.
like they were getting paid to talk about that. I don't even think it was
Wow.
like their own
Maddie's
podcast.
daddy.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
hard. That's really hard. I mean, I went and listened to the footage myself because I'm like, okay, I have to hear this with my own two ears. I don't want to just take somebody's word for it. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty. It was. I don't.
William Shakespeare, I love you, buddy.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they all rallied around him that night too. You know, like the second he did it, like three of the greats, formed a circle around him and prayed with him. And I'm like, really?
You
Really?
noticed that. You noticed
Oh
that,
no,
didn't you?
they talked about it
Yeah.
afterward. They made a big deal about it. Oh yeah, we prayed for him right then and there. And it's like, well, you couldn't have gotten between him and Chris, literally 30 seconds before. You had to wait.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you need to break that shit up before it starts.
Yeah.
Rod, do you mind reading this, please, Rod?
Sure. So she says some Indian dude in Georgia was locked away for 2 months for false allegations recently. Some lady he claimed tried to abduct her kid. Some lady claimed he tried to abduct her kids. Video exonerated him. Yeah, see?
After spending 2 months in jail, like
Yeah, that's not good. That ain't
if
good.
I go to jail for 2 months, like unspeakable
reparations.
horrors.
Somebody should have to pay you for that.
Like
Agreed.
I don't want to. Like no amount of pay can reimburse me for anal rape. Like I'm cute. I can't go to jail. That's bad. Like that's seriously bad. Wow. Right? Like there's no amount
Yeah,
of
no.
repayment.
Yeah.
There's
That
no
kind of-
no.
That kind
I've
of
never
stuff
been to
happens all
jail.
the time too, and sad to say, there's a lot of
Right.
women who really understand the system, if you know what I mean, and I think
Well,
you do.
Yeah.
And they
I've
play
not
and they
been to
play the
jail.
system. They play the system really hard.
I've not
and
been to
it's-
jail. Rod, have you been to jail?
No.
Sorry if that's a personal question. Tiger
No.
Stripes.
No, it's not
personal
no, it's
question.
not a personal question. It's just
No,
like
I have
asking
not
any.
been. I have not been to jail. I've never been arrested.
Did
I
Yeah,
have
you
had.
want
I
to?
have had a cop put their hands on me before.
Yeah, see, it's
What?
just like,
and
what?
they're usually, yeah, sure.
What do you
And
mean
they-
a cop had their?
I was at a concert and my bow had gone missing, and I was just sort of waiting in my seat, kind of hoping to catch a glimpse of him, and everybody was clearing out. The cop's like, "Okay, come on, move along, move along." Where was it? Dallas, I think, but yeah, it was Dallas.
Jesus.
And
Wow.
he put my arm behind my back, and and it hurt. They know just how to tweak you. They teach them all those tricks.
Oh, yeah,
They
I know.
totally teach them
You know,
that.
yeah,
Yes, they
yeah.
do.
Yeah, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah,
Wow.
I keep a wide distance from them now. I don't let them close enough to put their hands on me.
Oh, you and me both.
And
Well, I mean,
no,
like, in
that's-
terms of, like, I
that's
watch
smart.
carefully, like, I mean, like, because the biggest thing too is like, don't even get close to them. I mean, like,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
if they sneak up with on
don't
you, and
present
look,
the
I'm not.
chance.
Yeah,
Look, I'm
they
not
can
trying
kinda-
to. I'm
they
not
can
trying
shoot
to.
you with impunity, basically.
Yeah,
so,
see,
yeah.
See, I'm not dissing you, or it's like I mean, like, no, I understand. I mean, like, because I mean, like, you're waiting for your bone, and else and comes like, hey, come on, let's move along now. I get that. But I mean, sometimes it's also like situational awareness. I mean, it's for that reason too that I will never, ever, ever wear wear earbuds. Because I don't like to be that distracted in this world.
You got to watch your back in the world.
Yeah, No, yeah, no.
Miskatonic Matman says the Academy members vote on films without even watching them. The awards are a sham. They've put in new rules now that you have to watch them before you can vote on them. Apparently that wasn't a thing before. What the hell?
Oh,
Really?
yeah, no, it's often been a popularity vote or a sympathy vote through all the years.
That is true.
But it's
And
been very common.
Now this
Very
might
common.
be controversial, so I'll read it. Susan Dolan says, to be fair, he's married to an evil woman. Will Smith Jada laughed at Rock's joke until she saw Will
Yeah,
laughing
I
at
saw that.
it. Yes,
I saw
she
that.
is an evil. I truly believe Jada is an evil.
Yeah.
Remember the evil look on her face? That's when Will slapped Chris. That
I
he was
actually
totally.
always,
But does he not like have a will of his own? Does he not?
yeah, he's a grown ass man, and
He's a grown.
I always
Exactly.
kind of liked her before
Exactly.
because she was very honest and open about her
Same here.
life and about her sexuality, and I
Yeah.
don't think there's any shame in that if you're going to own it. You know, she wants to put it out there,
Yeah, I
but
know it. Okay. All right.
yeah, you know, but at some point it does feel to me like there's humiliation involved for her partner, unless her partner's all in on that kind of thing. And sometimes people really are, but it doesn't look like that's the situation. So yeah,
That
there's and
being
what's
said,
more, she was kind of, you know, she was very free with her sex when she was a young woman, and I think that's kind of commonly known.
sadly,
So you kind of wonder if there's something else in that particular triangle of people, and that's really what's going on.
there's one
Right.
more thing to consider too, and that is that they're not parents. They're what they call they operate under something that what they call free range parenting, which is basically allowing the kids to raise themselves. And I don't believe in that.
I don't know. Their children are grown now, and
Well,
I kind
now,
of
yeah,
feel like they had something to do with them because they used to put them in their movies and stuff, and that's certainly shaping a kid's trajectory by employing them. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just know that I didn't think what Chris said was that bad. I thought it was complimentary. If somebody wants to compare me to Demi Moore, I'll take that all day long. You know, especially at the height of her career, where she was playing the title role.
yeah,
You know, that's a compliment. That's and what's more, being bald is a choice. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, you know,
yeah,
you can try to hold on to your hair, you can shave your head, you can wear a wig, you can do all the things, you know, but whatever you do, that's a choice.
yeah,
Yeah. And given that it's your choice and you're putting it out there, if somebody comments on it, well, you put it out there. You know, you could be wearing a hat. You know, you could. So, I don't know. Yeah, he was so out of line. And, yeah, it just made me see him with new eyes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Kronos, I mean, I hear you, and, you know, but, you know, you could still wear a hat, you could still wear a wig, you know, you could still take all the drugs, you know, and try to hold on to your hair that way. I don't know if I recommend that, but, you know, there's all kinds of things you can do these days. I mean, it's all still a choice. And, you know, and what's more, I can think of any number of men who look pretty darn good bald. So,
yeah.
yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah. Well,
Spidey's
who
working on
doesn't love
the.
a fire, Kronos? Who doesn't love a fire? Look at
Yeah,
the fire. Beautiful. We can't hear you, Spidey. You're muted.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
There
I
you go.
am. Okay. There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sean Connery, bald men. Sean Connery, for sure. Patrick Stewart,
Yeah,
until the last.
Stewart rocks it.
Yeah. Um. He. But you know what? The last 10 years, he's just been a bitch. But other than the last 10 years,
I don't know. I think that he's at that point in his life where he's very grateful to be working and he's happy
there,
to say whatever they write for him to say.
so
which
he's
is
compromised his morals.
Yes, I think so. That's the thing that happens with these people, and they don't really ever talk about that. But when somebody like that Rachel Zegler makes those
Yes.
comments on the red carpet, I don't believe that she thought of those comments
Good
herself.
night, Money's
They
Daddy.
wrote that script for her.
right.
Oh, good night, Maddie's daddy. You
Yeah, see
know,
you later,
those
brother.
are things they gave her to say. They said, anytime you're in front of the media and you're in public and you're at a public event, drop these notes, say these things. And so she was just saying what they told her to say. And
Okay.
I think the same thing's true for Stewart. I don't think he has any control at all over what they made Picard and what they turned. But he had his choice would have been to say no, I don't want to do this. Thanks, but no thanks, because they can't really do it without him.
That's where you still
Or to really fight and say no, you're going to have to change this. And does anybody have that kind of power? Very few people. Very
Yeah.
few people have, and I don't know if it's worth going through. So,
Sashi.
he's of an age where he's grateful for the work. He's doing the work. So,
Although I will say that you can, Shatner
Now,
says
what
whatever
about
he wants.
Kojak? I mean, is Kojak the original bald, sexy dude?
Totally
wow,
Kojak,
that's a good question. I'm
right?
trying to I feel like there must have been other bald men before him who were.
Yul Brenner.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, he would be the first one. Brenner.
We're all this. Okay,
totally
we're all about
rocked
the
bald
same.
head.
We're all within a few years of each other, and yeah, we all do remember Yul Brenner.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely,
Good call,
Yul
Rod.
Brenner.
You remember him? He was in Westworld.
Oh God,
The
the King and I.
The original,
I was gonna say
that's
King
right.
and I, yeah.
Completely shaved head there. Completely.
Yeah, the
beautiful.
original Westworld, 1973.
Mhm.
Have you ever shaved your head, Rod?
Once, and guess what?
You did.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Let's see. How old was I in 2016? 9 years ago, so 45.
With a razor or just a buzzer? So you still had peach fuzz.
No, I just walked into a Barbado, and he shaved, and then he shaved,
With a
and
razor.
then and then
Well,
I
that's a
actually,
real shaved head.
and then I went.
Nice.
Well, I just pointed to the.
Did he wax it afterward for you so it's nice and shiny?
Uh,
I'm joking, but I think that some men do.
yeah, no, I hear you. No, I just walked into the. I just first of all, we were getting a tour by one of the by just a street guide, and then I asked him, can you point me to Bob Adel? And then he was like, sure, just a sec, and then like he said that in Spanish, and then took me to the dude's barber shop, it's. And they're employed by the government, actually. So, like, barber shops are actually for free. And
Oh,
oh yeah, but I still turned out and paid them $9, $9, $9, and I pointed to the barber, cuantos. And so give him $4, and then they smiled like, oh yeah, they looked absolutely shocked when they handed the money though.
what does William Shakespeare mean? Was Marlon
Shaved head.
Brando bald
Yeah,
in
shaved
Apocalypse Now?
Well, yes, but then Marlon was also very,
I've never
very
seen
large in
Apocalypse
Apocalypse Now. Oh God, you have to see that at least once.
never seen
at
Apo-
least once. But what
Yeah,
was
I
it?
know,
When
right?
Wow.
SNL did a little thing where Bill Murray was playing Francis Ford Coppola, and they were doing a making of Apocalypse Now, and he was like shouting, "Can somebody get some powder over on Marlon over here? He's shining like Uncle Fester." And it's just sort of so cruel.
Okay, so Greek letters. I fucking love you, dude. Greek letters in the chat. Wrong or right? I mean, wrong or right says shaving the skull is easy. I want your tips for shaving your buttocks and your butt
Nah.
cheeks. My head has had so many hits to the head. Honestly, Rod, like I can't shave my head because like I've got contusions and bumps and like a lot of damage has taken place on this skull. Like, are you
Dude.
hearing me?
Dude.
You're hearing me, right? I mean,
Dude.
Tiger Stripes women don't go through this. But
Oh yeah,
men
no,
fucking
some
do.
women absolutely do go through it. Yes,
I'm
they
gonna say,
do,
yeah, look, dude. I
particularly
think,
with age. And I had a thing last October, November, I think. I had what they call COVID hair, and
What's
oh,
COVID hair?
I had COVID, and I lost a lot of hair. I mean, like a
Oh,
lot of hair. I
what?
mean, like enough to
What?
stuff a small pillow, and not a tiny pillow, a
What?
small pillow. Oh yes, oh yes. It was
wow.
coming out. Yeah, just so much was coming out by the handful every day, every time I brushed it. And when that stopped, I breathed a big sigh of relief. And I only found out afterward about the COVID hair thing. But I had COVID, and I'm pretty positive because I was like trying to connect the dots. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
is
no,
it something I'm using? Is it a product I'm using? And I even thought it was a particular product. And then afterward I read, oh no, COVID hair. I'm like, okay, that's a relief. But it's kind of
yeah,
it's growing back, but it was upsetting. It was upsetting.
I bet it was. Yeah,
So I get it.
Well,
I get what that must be like when you're a young man and you really start to, you know, see that.
yeah, exactly.
well, before shit hits the fan, would you please come up and let's have a stream around the bonfire?
Yeah. Hey, listen, Spidey. I've been meaning to say too that. Well, now, I
Right?
mean, I'm
Rod,
getting.
and I'm calling out Rod and Tiger Stripes. I'm calling you out
Well,
specifically,
Rod's got to
Tiger
move there
Stripes.
first. I think Rod's
And
got to move there
Rod,
first, unless Rod
there's
moves
a
to
lot
Cuba.
of space around the bonfire.
Yeah, I've got to move.
Although,
Yeah, right. I've got a move happening this weekend, but like, really, it's. I don't have that much. I'm really just gonna. They're just gonna take all my furniture, and then my weight sets, and my movie
Okay.
collection,
So you're
and
paying
then
somebody?
I don't have to pay. My sister is.
Oh, well, that's nice. You got to let me know how that goes afterward.
Oh,
you
we'll
Are you
announce it
using
on
a
the.
particular company?
Yeah, I used to work for them actually.
nice.
I used to both work for them as a mover and then as a driver for their
You don't want to
trucks.
name them?
Oh yeah, Leduc trucks, Leduc moving and storage.
Leduc? Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds local.
Pure
Okay,
bloods
so it's
don't
not
have
like
fun.
it is.
Cross. Pure blood
Uh,
right
they're
here,
lo-
buddy.
they're local, but they go like nationwide. Like they've gone
hmm,
all the way to
Pure blood right here.
New Brunswick.
hmm.
You know, like
What?
they've gone all the way to the Maritimes.
That's my home province, buddy. I know all about New Brunswick.
Yeah,
I was
yeah. No,
born in this. Do you know Tiger Stripes? Do you know I was born in the same hospital as Kiefer Sutherland
Oh, that's cool.
oh wow.
in
Yeah.
Victoria General Hospital in St. John, New Brunswick. I
Oh.
was born about 9 years after.
Hmm.
No,
Kiefer's
but-
super cute.
he's
Kiefer
not.
Sutherland, man, I fucking love Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's a
doing-
New,
you're-
he's
you're-
a
he was
St. John. He's a New
was-
Brunswick boy. He's a fucking New Brunswick boy.
No, I get
He
it.
was-
You're not letting me finish. I'm just simply saying that. No, you're right. But I mean, he's not much older than us. That's all I'm saying.
He's not much old. He's like 6 years older than us or
He
something.
was doing
So,
a
It's like
cooking channel
1968.
on YouTube for a while there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was so cute.
William Shakespeare in the chat says, I had a girlfriend that preferred when I shaved her versus doing it herself. Boy, I miss her. Oh, dude, you're bringing so many memories back. Wow. I need to. Wow. Yes. Agreed. Yep. Yeah, there you go. William Shakespeare, you're a classy fucking guy. You know what? One of the classiest purple people
Purple people
on
eater.
the show. Yeah. I've had a lot to drink, but I just want to shout out to William Shakespeare. He's one of my
Yeah, no,
favorite
he's
people.
he is. He absolutely is. Yeah. No, it's been a real time of.
No, we don't. Again, you guys have girlfriends. Tiger Stripes. Do you
No,
have
we
a
don't.
girlfriend?
No girlfriend.
None.
I
No.
have friends who are girls.
Rod Thunderheart, you totally have girls that are chasing after. Yes, you do. Rod Thunderheart does have girlfriends, He has
Oh.
girls chasing after him every fucking day. Yes, you do, Rod.
Yeah, but I mean, like Lisa, I dated her for a little bit, but then I discovered that she had an OnlyFans account.
Oh my God.
No.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Wow. Is that how she was making her living? I hear that's very lucrative.
Yeah.
Well,
I wish
see-
guys could do that. Because I would.
I think you can.
If I could put
If-
pictures of my asshole online, oh my God.
Anyway, I
Sorry.
just want to further establish. No, she actually. Well, no, majority of her money, at least she claimed, was. Well, mind you, and I saw. No, the majority of it. No, what she did was she de-hoarded people. Like she was a de-hoarder. People paid her
Sure.
to come
Yeah,
in.
like Midwest Magic Cleaning does that on
Scotty
YouTube.
R37 is
That's
in
exactly
the
right.
chat.
That's exactly right.
Well, yeah, I believe that pays very well.
Yeah.
De-hoarding is an important service. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is an important service.
Well,
Uh,
but
do
did
you
you go
think-
and look at her OnlyFans, and was it, very... Was it all the pink parts, or was it just legs or feet, or...
I don't want. You know what? She sent me. She sent me a couple of quote test videos. Now they weren't.
I'm not sure we want to talk about. Jesus Christ!
Well, I mean, it's a phenomenon,
Can I
and
finish?
some of these things
No.
I don't think are very specifically naked or nude or
No,
you
see,
know. I mean,
no, see-
I can remember early days of the internet when people, there was like one woman who was making just a boatload of money, and she just had cameras all around her apartment and let people pay to watch her all day long, and she
Yeah.
wasn't doing anything particularly provocative.
Rod, what is this? Rod,
Can
did
I-
you put? Is this Rod?
Oh, I probably accidentally. Sorry. Anyway, no, dude. Listen. I just wanted to say, like, look, she sent me a couple of her, one or two of her test videos, and look, I'm not. There was nothing dirty or anything about that. I'm going to say that it. I mean, yes, she was wearing lingerie, but I mean, like, it didn't stop. I mean, like, I mean, I see how people would consider it really good and cool and sexy, but it just wasn't for me. And let's face it, as far as I'm concerned, anybody, yeah, no, but like, and good for her for making extra money on the side, because honestly, I mean, she makes more money through her de-hoarding than she does with, as I understand it. If I understand correctly, her OF is just basically like dessert, you know. It's her de-hoarding that makes her the ton of her cash, And I know, I mean, like she sent me pictures of people she's de-hoarded, and like, good lord,
But I
like
mean,
she's
you like her.
like,
Okay.
well,
That's the thing. See,
I say,
he's just not that into her.
yeah. See,
It's okay. That's all
well,
right. It's a
well,
good
the
thing
other
to
thing too is the
acknowledge.
fact. Well, yeah. See, the other thing too, though, is that on our third date, she came very demeaning towards me. I mean, because I mistook. I mean, like, kind of like what happened earlier. And I was kind of misconstrued what I was saying about between confusing periods and times and like cramps. And then she got really really pissed at me for confusing the two, and then like because cramps are
Well,
not the
they
same as.
do kind of go hand in hand.
They
Yeah,
sort of do.
that's what I thought, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna, but I wasn't gonna argue with her or anything like that. And then she just got really, really like condescending, and I'm just kind
Oh
of like,
yeah, no, you can't have any of that. No. It's not.
No.
oh yeah, no, I'm
That's
just kind of,
ridiculous.
no, that's it, yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no,
Well then.
Hmm.
Wait, hang on.
what?
Well, I see people greeting Scotty R37 in the chat.
Oh, hey, Scotty.
But yeah, right. Scotty's awesome. So there you go. Let's end on this. You know what? It is approaching 11 p.m.
Well, but you just got the fire going again. It's
Yeah.
crackling away.
Yeah.
It is going again. It's hot as hell. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, no.
Tiger Stripes. What's been on your mind for the last right?
I don't
I
know.
mean, we've got
Bro
the
and
fire. We might as well chat for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, Bro
There you
and
go.
I have been watching the MCU in order of release. We're pretty far down the line now. We just finished watching Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, and we were intercutting that with the Amazing Spider-Man because that wasn't in the list we had, but I thought it would be a good thing to watch that before we got to No Way Home,
Yeah.
which has the multiverse. And my brother had never seen the Andrew Garfield films, so I thought, well, it'd be good to watch those.
Okay.
So, but yeah, people kind of went on about Shang-Chi, and it wasn't a
Yeah.
great film, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't a bad film.
But
you know.
Spider-Man is clearly your favorite superhero, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he still couldn't save Gwen Stacy. I am glad that they
Well, you know what?
they were
Fuck
true
Gwen.
to the true to
No.
the comic book on that, which I appreciated.
You know what? I'm a big fan of redheads, and I'm sorry, but Spider-Man always loves redheads.
No,
Yeah.
he loved Gwen Stacy. I can remember
No.
the original comic book. My brother used to get
Yeah, that's right.
Spider-Man comics as a kid.
Yeah.
And so after he
no.
got them, I would, of course, read them because I'm a little older than him. And I think Gwen Stacy was one of the first literary characters that I remember dying. I remember
Yeah,
being quite
that's right.
shocked by it. I mean, certainly I'd experienced a few other literary characters dying, like, say, the Wicked Witch of the West or something like that, but they were always villains. And this was
Yeah.
one of the, because I was so young that I hadn't read any
Redheads.
Dickens yet. Dickens kills off good people willy-nilly. So it was a bit of a shock for me, and being in a
Yeah.
comic and everything. It was a bit of a shocker.
Yeah.
William
And I
Spielberg
liked-
in the chat says it's not even 11 p.m. on the West Coast, can you, Spider-Man? Can't stop now. Sorry, bud.
Don't
right,
tell him
well-
what he has to do, or I think that's going to work out the reverse for you, man. You're going to get into that reverse psychology, William. You had to be careful what you do with Spider.
You know what? But this guy's pretty smart. Like, I do take. No, do you know this guy? Like, he's pretty fun. I do take his words to heart.
Okay. Yeah, but no, the blonde or the redhead. I think I just liked Gwen better because she was a little kinder and a little softer, and MJ always had an attitude. So at the
Yeah.
time, I was pro Gwen Stacy. I was like,
I'll give you that
And then-
one. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, and then she was taken away from us just like that. So anyway,
No.
and that was kind of, I
Redhead.
mean, I don't know how true it is, but they say
Spider-Man
the rumor
always loves redheads.
is that Garfield and Emma actually were having a relationship while that movie was being made. And, there's always something a little special when you see people acting together who actually have a thing for each other, playing
Yeah.
love scenes. Yeah,
Wow.
adds a little extra something.
That's right. Yeah.
So wow. That's true. You know what? That's true. When I was in school and we used to do plays, and you used to get a little tingle for the girls.
Oh yeah, no. You
That's-
have to be careful not to have relationships with people you're acting with, because it's all over when the play's over.
Right.
That's right.
You have to put it off and wait.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of power
Yeah,
in
yeah.
saying words to each other, even if you didn't write those words and you're just repeating them. There's still a lot of power there.
Yeah, I mean, your words are spells,
It's true.
Yes.
Pregnant pause. Awkward pause. What time is it?
Fuck it.
11:47. Okay. Just checking.
Hey, we're on the same. We are on the same time. Tiger Stripes. Are you on the Pacific Coast?
No, I'm central. Yeah.
Oh, so so it's like you're closing down on 1 o'clock.
Yeah, coming in on 1. Yeah. But I was
Wow.
checking the time because usually when you get those awkward pauses, it's 20 after or 22 the hour.
Oh,
That's when you
good
get
point.
the awkward pauses. That's a thing.
Huh. I actually went for a run this morning.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 a.m.
Bravo.
Men
What?
need to
That's
build
not.
more
Wait a minute.
muscle.
Wait a minute. Wait a
I'm
minute. Wait a minute.
s-
That's not
Men
this
need to
morning.
build
That's the
more
middle of the
muscle.
night.
Well,
No, no.
okay,
Is that
technically.
safe?
Men need to build
Yeah,
more muscle.
are you kidding? Actually, I mean, I actually wound up like doing that like
I
just
don't
about
want
6
you to
months.
get hit by a car or eaten by a coyote. That's all I'm saying. 3 in the morning.
Are
This
you
place
kidding? Rod is gonna eat that coyote. He's gonna drag that car back to his house. He's gonna barbecue the coyote
All right.
and fuck the car. No,
It's
no,
mighty
no.
dark at 3 in the morning.
But Rod is
yeah,
the most dangerous animal on the road at 3 a.m.
All
Aren't
actually,
right.
you, Rod?
it's funny. Yeah, it's funny though. I mean, because
You
like
are the most
at the
dangerous animal.
well, I'm far enough out in the country that like I don't even see any cars. I've never seen any actually. As a matter, that's the funny part because not today, Tuesday, but Saturday morning when I did go for a run, shockingly, I actually saw a vehicle twice. Well, actually, it was the same vehicle.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. Like I was going up I was going up the second hill, and then like shocker of shockers, there's the car, and then I'm like, okay, fine. So I saw the lights approaching lights, so I'm like, okay, so I just get off the road and I just stand there. I mean, I hate the break in my run, but on the other hand, it was also Saturday's run was literally I had the first time I'd ran in like 8 months, so it was literally the worst time in like
What do
years.
you mean? Are you trying to get fat? Like, what the fuck? The first time in 8 months you ran? Like, do you want to be pudgy? What the fuck?
He's
Well,
a
the
big
biggest
guy. Big guys, all they have to do is give up dessert and they lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
You gotta
and
run.
besides,
You're running every fucking month. Come on.
well, the problem.
Running's really hard on the knees, man.
Well, it's not. Well, no, I love it because I don't run. See, what I do is see every power pole is 100
Great
meters apart.
tiger stripes.
Ever since I was a kid, I remember, I mean, like I paced out like every power pole was 100 meters apart, and
Yes.
Johnson's Gate was 800 meters away, and that particular thing because I was a big fan of getting in the 800-meter race, and uh, the I really, really, really I remember too. Like, in fact, my classmate and who says guys are faster. Vicky Lynch. She did the 800 meters in 3 minutes and 42 fucking seconds. I think that's probably still the record.
Yeah, this is still live, Kronos. Fuck.
Yep.
Fuck you, Kronos. Fuck you. All right, Kronos is a troll. One of our favorite troll. Actually, Kronos
Oh,
is
he's
one
been
of
very
our
controlled
very
tonight. No,
favorites.
no. Give him his kudos.
Yeah.
He's been very good tonight.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love you, Kronos. Yeah, it's still live. We're fucking
Yeah.
still live. Rod still has much to say.
About Johnson's Gate?
Fucking love you, Kronos. You're one of our favorite fucking. The fire's really hot. Okay, go, Rod. Sorry. Fucking love you, Kronos. But you are a son of a bitch. Now, to be fair, Kronos, you're a son of a bitch. Okay? That's to be fair.
No. I think you've derailed Rod's story, or perhaps I did. I hope not me. I hope it was you.
Nah, it's probably me. Go ahead, Rod. Yeah, but it's
What? Rod? Where did Rod go?
that. No, Rod. Sometimes he's in a situation where sometimes he drops out.
All right. I hope.
What, Tiger Stripes?
Tut.
Thank you for you. You know what?
Thank you for the
Thank
bonfire.
you for being here.
It's bitchin'.
Awesome. Like, thank you for being here. Like, awesome.
Mhm.
It is a pleasure to have you here.
So what are you doing lately anyway, now that you're back, from your vacation? And
Well,
what's
you know
up with
what?
you?
I've worked fuck all, really. I mean, you'd think money would be important, but really, no. I've been planting a lot of shit in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of a lot of the older people around here. They can't find people to come out and fix their washing machines and their dishwashers and their ovens, and so I've been doing that.
Oh, that pays really well. I pay people well to do that.
Sorry
Love
about that.
it.
I
Yeah, we
charge
were wondering.
I
Can I-
charge them pittance.
Well-
Tiger Stripes. I charge them very little money
Well,
for doing
find
that.
out what most people charge, and then just charge a percentage of that.
But I
don't-
just want to help.
You can
wanna
help people and still get
people.
paid. Let them pay you.
Yeah.
Let them
Yeah.
have their dignity.
I mean, like Paul Chato says, always use OPM, other people's money.
Just figure out what you want your per hourly rate to be.
That's it.
And put that on top of your materials.
No, but eventually, like, I want to move to Texas because of the barbecue. Like, ultimately, my dream is to move to Texas, and I've thought this for 30
It's
years.
mighty hot here.
I like heat.
Okay, then you're gonna love it. Come to Central Texas. Don't go
I'm gonna
south. Don't go
love this.
north. Don't go east. Don't go west. Come to Central Texas.
I'm gonna love Central Texas.
Rolling hills.
I'm not sure if they're prepared for me, but
Not necessarily Austin, because Austin's the hippie dippiest place in Texas. And I used to have a completely different viewpoint of it. I used to say, well,
Really?
Oh yeah, I used to tell people for years, Austin's the oasis of Texas. You have to
well,
live somewhere
isn't
in
that where
Texas, live in Austin.
anti-derivative Jill is in Austin?
No. Jill's on the coast.
Okay.
Yeah, she's on the Gulf.
Well, do you understand how many Canadians are looking at Texas now and like, holy shit, you guys?
Oh no, the whole
kind of-
world has been looking at Austin, Texas, for the last 10 years, and they've all moved here. And they used to have a slogan, "Keep Austin Weird," and I used to embrace that. And now I feel like, okay, Austin's weird enough. You can stop now. I wish they'd put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Oh, yeah, no, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, like it.
Who lives in Austin? It's all of the candy-colored hair people and the tattoo tribe and the piercing tribe. They all
color-
came to Austin. The
the
thing is that
colorful
we
hair.
used to,
Carla
when I was a
Burton.
child, you used to have to pay 50 cents to see somebody like that in a carnival, and now you can see them for free every day of the week. Carla,
Wow.
Carla,
Hey, Carla.
Hey,
love
Carla.
Carla Burton.
See, Carla wouldn't have been, able to catch this if we killed the stream earlier.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna run out of firewood. Like, I can't.
Well, just let this burn down, and then you can
Yeah.
go in. You don't have to keep stoking it. Just, you just
Yeah.
stoked it. Let it burn down. You wanted to go anyway. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
We'll find
Yeah.
we'll find ways to wrap it up.
Yeah. Exactly.
I would like a book to read. I'm
It is
rereading
so
Lord of the
hard,
Rings with Jill, and it was
so
just
hard.
exhausting. So I kind of want a new book to read. I haven't really decided on one yet. I haven't found one. Wish I had
I'll
one.
never disagree with
You do
Tiger
realize you're
Stripes.
talking to an author, right?
Well, yeah.
You are my weakness, Tiger
What
Stripes.
else?
You're
I could
my
actually
weakness.
send
kinda
you one.
need to. Well, gee, no, don't do that. You should make me pay. You know, I have friends who write. I've known a lot of
Okay.
authors in my time, and so I should buy books. I should buy books. You know, around the time that card passed, about
Yeah.
three other good friends of mine passed around the same time, all within like the same
You're
3
officially
months.
counseled
It's a
now.
bit of a shock. And I
Yeah.
found out that somebody that I knew who was a dear acquaintance, you know, so she didn't live that close to me. I didn't see her very often. It turned out that she was a book writer, she was an author, and her first book, which again I'd never paid for, I'd never read. I kind of went, you know, after I found out she had passed, I went and looked for it on Amazon. She'd put me in the dedication, and I was
Oh,
just
wow.
shocked. I know my jaw was hanging. I'm like, okay, wow. I miss her. I miss Cardinal. I miss this other person who went.
Right?
Life. But what are you doing lately for fun, CSM, besides bonfires and being here with us and planting, fruits and vegetables?
That's it. That's all I'm
That's
doing.
it. Yeah, you're
He's
not
taking
watching.
it
You're
down.
not reading or watching movies or nothing new, nothing fun.
I don't have time to watch.
No, you got to do a little something now and then to kind of just relax and turn your brain off.
Mostly drugs, but
Well, but you know, you can do both. That's the beauty of drugs. You can you can do
Okay.
that and then watch a movie.
Okay, now tigers. Okay, no. Wow. All right. No.
Mm, okay.
No. It's been. I've been spending a lot of time. Just in the woods. Like, if anyone, if you've ever gone out walking amongst trees that are 80 or 100 foot tall, it changes everything. Like,
Yeah.
walking amongst small trees is bullshit. Rod, you know, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the natives have friggin' stories about this. You go and walk amongst really like tall trees that are 100 years old, it just changes
Yeah,
your
they have true
perspective.
spirits. Tolkien
Yeah.
loved trees. Tolkien said that
Oh,
he
yeah.
felt the way about trees that most people feel about animals.
Is
Yeah.
that why he had Ents?
Yes,
Is that
I
why
believe so.
Ents
Yes.
came from?
Amongst
Ents?
others, but he talks about trees constantly all through Lord of the Rings. Trees, trees,
But-
trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rod, do native peoples have stories of Ents, or is that totally fictional shit?
You mean of tree spirits? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
tree spirits. And then there's what the medieval forest that moved during a battle. There's that story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you want to know too that when I not this morning, well, not early, well, not yesterday morning, but because I'm getting on to. Hey, really? Am I? Yeah, it's midnight. Yesterday morning. No, sorry, not yesterday morning. When I ran Saturday morning, I felt so special because the auroras were out.
Oh, incredible.
Oh man, I took pictures too. I posted them on Twitter.
What were the main colors?
All colors. Like that's how
Incredible.
special.
Holy
That's how
shit,
special.
anti-derivative Jill!
Hey,
Hello!
Jill.
Hey, Jill. Yeah. Yeah. No, the Jill. Yeah. By the way, Jill, I've always wanted to say lately that I love the new avatar you have. Looks so cute.
Yes. Isn't that awesome?
Oh, it's very very Studio Ghibli.
Good call.
And speaking of which, I've actually found somebody has done. I think they go by the name Nightshade, Nightshade Studios. But like they've taken Bloodsport, and they've made Bloodsport an anime. I mean, they haven't made it like an actual like right? But they've just taken like little like cut scene, little like tiny, like they don't actually move, but like like they're and like they're it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme in if he were a Studio Ghibli character, but it looks goddamn cool. Like, oh my god, so neat. And Kickboxer too. They've also done Kickboxer. I mean, they don't move or anything, but like it's just neat to see drawn or sort of thing in the style of in the anime style of Studio Ghibli. It looks so cool.
Okay.
And there we go again. Pregnant pause number 2. Or is this 3? I don't know, because I think it was out a couple times. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. If somebody is moving a camera on a storyboard appropriately, you can get a feeling of movement even when there's no movement, just from the
there you
illustrations.
go.
There's a guy out there who's doing that with little clips from Seinfeld, and he makes them all animals, and it's sort of in the Don Bluth style of animation.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it is hilarious.
Kind
And they're
of.
not actually moving, but the movement of the still drawings is so sharp from frame to frame that you get a feeling of movement. And he's very good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you
no,
mind reading
exactly.
this, Tiger Stripes, please?
Sure. Anti-derivative Jill says, I'm sorry I didn't answer you before, Lemon Pie. I was busy with the panel. I had a little vodka, tonic, and cranberry.
Nice.
Ooh, tonic. That's very fancy.
Right?
Yeah. I've never done tonic water. That's the bitters, I believe.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the same.
Quinine? Isn't tonic water quinine? Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I believe it is. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the name tonic.
Tonic water is good. Absolutely.
For mixing in drinks. Fancy.
Yeah.
Yes, always spoken of well, Jill. Always spoken of well.
Yeah, no, honestly, we didn't say anything bad.
Actually, I think it was people in the chat mostly who were just going on. Everybody always goes on about how much they love Jill. I just get sick of it.
It's like we didn't even like. That's funny. Like we didn't even discuss you, and like people just started talking about you, Jill. So
her ears must have been burning.
I think it was Maddie's daddy at some point. Like, I just love Jill. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think it's him.
Rod, can you please read this?
Surely. Anti-derivative Jill says it wasn't specifically Ghibli, but I generated it around that time, so the algorithms were very much likely influenced based on my photo. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, the same thing. I mean, just like I was mentioning earlier, somebody did Bloodsport, and like there's a lot of anime poses that like Van Damme is an anime, and they did like those, and they did like those really real life scenes where like Van Damme was like at one point there he gets he gets mad at what he's like it's too he's kicking the tree and then like it's and then he was like it's too hard and then all of a sudden like his master looks at him and says, take your bag and leave my house, your brother, remember? And then all of a sudden Van Damme gets mad. It's like, what about this and this, and then like he just starts kicking the tree and all of a sudden and then all of a sudden like his shin is just bloodied and like there's even like probably even like bone protruding and like he actually no, I think his shin is just like bloody and he's just like laying down and like well
all right,
it's an R-rated movie.
Don't want to interrupt. Bye Sashi.
Yeah,
don't work too hard.
You know what?
I'm see you later, Sashi.
My ass off here. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna shut her down. Good night.
Right,
yeah, we should cut her.
Tiger Stripes. Thank you, Rod.
Too much fun. All right.
Yeah, thanks. And it's nice to finally stream with you, Stripes.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Thanks. Both of you. Both
I can't wait to see you in a week and a half or so, brother.
Dude. Tiger Stripes.
Oh,
You've
sounds
got
nice.
you know where I live, right? So
Well,
you've got
dude, you could have swung through Texas, and there was a guy who was fully willing to throw you a party with his very nice house that I've
I
seen
know.
on live streams, and I was ready to like bake a cake and make fruit
next
salad
time.
and quiche and bring the whole thing
Next
and bring the
time.
party. And so
You can't
Next
be too
time.
far from Doomcock.
you
Then.
were so close, so close.
Next time.
I
All
was
right. Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
See ya.
Good
Night,
night.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.